Erev Shabbat Shalom. We're in the portion of Pashat Mishpatim. Last week, we received the Ten Commandments in this amazing revelation of God's presence on Mount Sinai. And then this week, we opened, that was chapter 20 of the book of Exodus. This week, we opened chapter 21 with a litany of small, detailed laws, halachot, that are meant to guide every aspect of our life. Every aspect, and in fact, the halachot that open are difficult ones, are ones that, fortunately, we're blessed not to have those halachot in practice today, but they're laws that the people who were just freed from slavery are told, well, what will happen if you yourself have a slave, and how would you treat him or her? Hopefully, in a kind and compassionate fashion. And then deals with the laws of shomrim, of guarding and lending and borrowing, and the laws even to the smallest details of shatnez, of mixing linen and wool, and kashrut, of cooking a kid in its mother's milk, and a full litany of laws. And then chapter 24, we get a second revelation, a second account of Mamad Har-Sinai. In this one, the people of Israel, v'yechazu et Elokei Yisrael, they see the God of Israel, v'yechlu v'yishtu, they eat and drink. V'lo shalach yado etzilei Yisrael, and they're not injured by this physical experience. And in the world of Chassidut, this suggests the idea that the physical world is not in conflict with the spiritual world, but in fact is an aid and an ally in creating holiness in our lives. And this comes to a head in a verse, Anshe Kodesh Tiyuli. In this week's portion, we're told, and by the way, don't eat any dead carcasses. Anshe Kodesh Tiyuli, be holy people for me. And the Sfat Emet quotes his teacher, Mendel from Kotsk, where he says, what does it mean to be a person of holiness? And he suggests that God is not lacking holy angels. He's lacking real people who are conflicted, who have ups and downs, have good days and bad days, and through it all are able to find holiness. In fact, it's reminiscent of the passage in the Talmud where Moses goes up to heaven and the angels say, why are you giving away this amazing treasure to these humans? God says, Moses, what do you have to say to them? Moses is a little apprehensive to respond to the angels. And in fact, God says, don't worry, hold on to my seat of glory, as it were, and he'll have the courage to respond. And his response is so telling. His response is, look at the Ten Commandments. Honor your parents. Holy angels, do you have parents? Rest on the Sabbath day. Are you in need of rest? Then the litany of lo tirtzach, lo tiglov, lo tinaf. Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Lo tachmod. You shouldn't covet, and as many of the Mefarshim suggest, that coveting is the root that leads to these three grievous crimes. Do you covet? The Torah isn't given to perfect people. It's given to our imperfect selves, and through that we're able to find holiness and blessing in our lives. May we see not only ourselves, but all the more so in our family members, in our community, and ultimately in the entire world, holiness precisely in those imperfect moments. Shabbat Shalom.